Woo woo. It is 2:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the East Coast. I'm your host for the Get It Back in Blood podcast, Miss Kosh Taylor, aka Miss Go. So yeah, y'all saw those last two installments, bitch. Yo, those are about to be a couple of my favorite ones. That's me really telling you hoes how the fuck I feel, bitch. Let me explain something to you. There are a lot of women that do not resonate with me in this point in time. They do not resonate. When I say do not resonate, I cannot relate to them. I cannot congratulate them or applaud them or nothing but maybe some commercial success. But then again, I'm looking at your commercial success and I'm doing an analysis of your supporters due to the mental state and the activities that you do, you know. So, that's all that's about, but actually, commercial success, yeah, whatever. But I'm going to be investigating your followers too. You know what I'm saying? So, but the only character in history of a woman of color that I can honestly say, and it's a white woman too. I have to go back and refine which one that is. But Steen from the show Underground. Remember I don't know if y'all remember, I've talked about this on my regular social media platforms. Steen represents the epitome of strength of women, of minority women throughout total history, even up to today of 2024. This is why I say her. This is why I could comfortably say her, the character Steen from the show Underground. They can't write another one like her. I mean, you have, Oprah that was in Beloved. You had, what's the other one? Whoopi Goldberg in Color Purple. But Steen's character is the epitome of strength. Every other Queen was all right, but Queen was okay. Queen didn't have kids though until like the end or whatever. But Queen was all right. But that's another light-skinned mulatto chick. I'm talking about with the reality of what women have to go through, black women and white women. They had to cut that show off. That was a dangerous show. They had to cut the show off, and then they had to make sure that we got back to feeling racially oppressed and divided again. Because Steen had showed out so bad, and the mistress had showed out so bad in the show Underground. It made no sense for them to set it up to where the mistress and the motherfucking and the slave woman would be able to attack and get this racist white plantation owner out of society. They were scared that there was going to be another type of uprising, and white men wasn't going to have the power that they always have. Because even though she was upset with Steen, she took Steen's child and raised Steen's child as her own. She never abused him. She never, he knows that he's black. She knows that type of stuff, but she never mistreated that child. That's the mistress of the motherfucking plantation. A lot of you black bitches feel like you gotta hurt the other woman's children and shit. You gotta hurt children and shit to gain some kind of crown of recognition as a woman. Those two characters resonates with me because even though she was made to be the mistress in the situation, which I really don't think, they really wanted to be in those situations with those white plantation owners all the time. But she carried herself very well in that situation. That was society. That was something that she had to do, a life she had to live, unless she ran. You understand? So I told you they was trying to get the plantation owner, and this is the show Underground. They're trying to get the plantation owner into politics. So he had to offer them a sacrifice. He hung her son. He didn't tell her any plans. It was all selfish. And she's his lover. She got two or three kids by him as the plantation owner. And the child that he murdered was not, he was grown. Sam was grown. Sam was grown. But Sam was, of course, a slave hand's child, She didn't know till she walked through the door. At his party that he's had to be a politician, where Sam was hanging with the American flag. That was the underground episode. Besides the bareback Betty episode, that's those two episodes. That one where Sting actually returned that karma to his ass herself, meaning the white plantation owner. She let him down to the cellar where they usually meet, and she hung him. He's there talking to her, drinking and shit, just like it wasn't nothing. Like he didn't just murder her firstborn son. Whatever you do to my child is what the fuck I said I'm going to do to you. You can play with audio. You can play with all kind of things, bitch. But you remember what the fuck you said to me is what I'm telling motherfuckers. You remember what the fuck you told me you did, bitch. I'm going to do to you everything you did to my child. So that's where I get that from. Because, baby, I'm telling you, that show was pretty good. But they're not going to let that shit rock. I think John Legend and other people were responsible for that. Shortly after that, them hoes in Hollywood got to attacking John Legend's wife, which she's a white woman. Something happened where they killed her baby in her stomach and all kind of stuff too, though. You sit back and you think that we have progressed, and we have not progressed. The Negroes in the community have bought in to the oppression of other minorities, bitch. They want to feel like they're not even the mixed overseer that was in the show. He was quite selfish, but he never stood in their way to freedom, though. He was quite selfish. He pulled his stunts on the motherfuckers or whatever like that. But he ain't never actually say, I'm going to stand in the way here so you can't get the freedom. These niggas out here, it's like that. The Beyonce knows, the baddie hoes, niggas that you meet every day on the streets, bitch. They act like they don't understand oppression, don't know your situation, none of that shit, but they got something to say about you. Nigga, I'm telling you, if the motherfucker don't get out your way, then he's a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people bought into something in the beginning. I thought the people were scammed. The people obviously were not scammed. But I'm telling you there, so you ever hear me say, motherfucker say, yeah, motherfucker rape the motherfucker, yeah, the motherfucker scared. The motherfucker assholes, motherfucker around this motherfucker throbbing, all motherfucking ready, thinking I know what the fuck they done did. Specifically, coming from behind the peeping Tom system and the security breaches, shooting and killing innocent people that I had no verbal contact with as to what the fuck was said to me about my child, my children. Niggas raping babies think they cool than a motherfucker. Niggas raping children think that they're cooler than a motherfucker. They think God ordained that for them. This ain't got nothing to do with African religion that I'm talking about right now. Or rites of passage or nothing that. I'm talking about the U.S. niggas. The niggas in the U.S. If a motherfucker is standing in your way, then the motherfucker's part of the problem. And if the problem you having is the motherfucker that bothers your kids and heinous criminal activity type ways, bitch, all the motherfuckers fall in line with that shit. Not just one here and one there talking about they ain't know about. They know because it was broadcasted through the security breach. What they claim they did to these children. Your asshole throbbing and shit. Your mouth tingling and shit. You felt whips on your back. All kind of motherfucking shit. Steen. And it's a shame. And I noticed that a lot. That like minority women have to leave their children at some point. And that's not making no sense to me. Because I know motherfuckers who live in 2-parent households. And all the kids were in there. And they seemed hunky-dory. There are some people that have no issues in their households. But to sit up there and say that you participating in the demise of somebody else's family and their children, bitch, I'm going to attack that shit too. Oh, no, ain't no your children and your wife and kids safety over everybody else's. No, motherfucker, fuck you. No, hell no. Let's dig into your shit, see what the fuck you got going on, faggot. They not married to puppies, they married to big dogs and shit. The bitches done took on another form of gaining money, and that shit ain't worth shit, bitch. All money ain't good money, bitch. But that lies into, who the fuck, what they willing to accept and what the fuck they willing to do, which is a lot more than certain people. The reason why I like Steen is because Steen didn't go out in the fields, or she didn't go downstairs in the kitchen and implement other women and what the fuck she had going on, try to place the blame game on the other women, hurt the other women's children to gain what the fuck she wanted to gain, or cover up what she wanted to cover up. She played the game specifically with the motherfucker that was playing the game with her, and that was the master. That lady ain't dragged nobody else's children through nothing. That I can respect that more than a bitch putting other people's kids and shit that they don't know what the fuck am I in it, because it would have been so easy to do in her position. It would have been easy to do in her position. You understand what I'm saying? Bitch, you done came out here and you done lied on me. You lied in the situation, and motherfuckers ain't even talking to you about the situation. Motherfuckers got to go do podcasts. Motherfuckers got to do social media. Got to do all kind of shit to get the word out about this missing children. Then you tell me that you got a whole conglomerate of people set up to where they can counteract the productivity of finding the children alive and safe. You got a whole conglomerate. So then, since you got a whole conglomerate, you must be a powerful bitch then. You must be a wealthy bitch or a politician or some shit. But then you going to get mad when the shit come your motherfucking way. You can't do that, bitch. You apply pressure just as much as the pedophile rings do. What? No. I don't believe Steen didn't do anything to any other minority woman on that show. She didn't have to do any of that to solidify or secure a motherfucking spot in any man's life. On that show. It's like if they sit back and they watch us today, bitch, there's no fucking way you tell me that you will be able to resonate, or she will be able to resonate with you. You will do anything to outshine somebody else. You got to shine. The shit ain't got nothing to do with you and your kids. Some of you will put your kids in harm's way just so you can sit up in the middle of somebody else's shine. That's sick to me. But that's where I come from. That's the attitude that I have. Whatever you did to those little boys, bitch, I'm going to try my damnedest to do it to you. That's where I'm at with that. That's where I've been at with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with shit like institutionalized racism and Miss Laveau shit and all that type of shit. I don't play with that type of shit because being a spiritual person, I know that shit real. And that lets me know that I know that you ain't for me. You ain't never gonna be for me or none of that shit. No, none of that shit. And there's nothing I can do about that but move on with my life. But when you trying to block me from also moving on with my life, bitch, I'm wondering what the fuck is wrong with you. I'm just telling you that I can't resonate with no Beyonce. I can't resonate with no Alicia Keys, with no Kamala Harris. No, that's not. Those women would be so disgusted at these women today. It wouldn't make any motherfucking sense. Don't make sense to have her in a position like that. You know what I'm saying? Steen could have used the other women on the plantation to build great wealth and great things for herself. She ain't die in the end of the show. Or nothing like that to say that, that's her, she wasn't broke either. But I'm Cause Shayla. I'll be back with more Get It Back in Blood.